Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you guys really quickly how I used Photoshop for my business. So right now I am trying to create a listing for a cake topper. So yeah, I have some things to do. So first of all, like looking at this picture, my cousin took this picture for her son's birthday. I made him a cake topper and I haven't listed this item, and I want to use this picture for my listing. So the first thing I notice is that it's not square, so of course most thumbnails are going to be square. So I'm going to open Photoshop and just click new file. I'm going to go with 2000 by 2000, and it is an internet. I usually keep it on CMYK because I like to have it ready for printing. But if you're going to just do a lot of digital stuff on the computer, you might want to go with RGB color scale. And then I'm just going to put 300 here and click create. So the next thing I'm going to do is just drag the image onto the canvas. And I'm going to zoom out with my little keypad here. Okay, so I'm going to scale it as big as I want it. I was going to just list it like this, but I want the cake topper to stand out a little more, so I'm gonna have to edit some things here. Like I want the background to be a little bit blurrier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to my layers panel and create a layer. This is going to be my safe layer, so I'm just going to turn it off. Okay, so now this is my layer, and what I'm going to do is I want to select like the cake. So you can do this a few different ways. I'm going to go to select and subject and see if that works. Sometimes it gives me a crisp outline, sometimes it doesn't, so you just have to kind of play around with it. Okay, so it did okay, but it selected some stuff here. So what I'm gonna do is just create a mask here, down here in this little circle button, and I'm gonna go to the mask here and kind of select what I want and what I don't. So you want this to be easier to see. What would give me the most contrast? Okay, so for sure I need to subtract this stuff here. And I'm going to zoom in. Okay, so I'm going to use this lasso tool. You want to make sure that whatever you want to remove, you click subtract. Whatever you want to add to the image, you're going to hit add. So as you guys saw, I just accidentally added that portion when I actually wanted to subtract it. So you're going to kind of outline and close everything in that you're trying to affect. So that's that. I'm going to zoom in some more, and I want to subtract this black portion here. Okay, now I want to add the stick back in, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, so it wasn't added in. Okay, I'm going to go back to the kind of brush tool and add in this section here. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to just kind of like feather it and soften the edges so it doesn't look so harsh, especially when I'm editing the background. I want it to blend really well, so I'm just going to feather it a little bit and smooth it a little. That looks good to me. Click OK. So this is, oh, I think some of the cake is missing actually. So I'm going to go back in and I'm just going to go over the cake because I want all of this in here. I am going to copy this and turn this off. You can label them. This is going to be my background, so I'm actually going to I want to inverse this selection, so I'm going to click invert, going to feather it, smooth it out, add a little contrast. I'm going to click OK. So now this is my background. I actually don't want these pieces, so I am going to subtract them. So now I have my cake, the front of the image, and I have my background. The background is like my main focus here, so I'm going to click back on the image because I want to edit the background, not the masking part. So I'm going to go to filter and blur. I do Gaussian blur. You want to make sure you have your preview on, so I'm going to turn it off really quick. Okay, so I have something to compare it to. Make it kind of really blurry. Okay, so I'm gonna go with 14.8. Now, I also want this to be like kind of brighter, but it's not my main focus. You can always do that in post edit. You can always blur the background and then edit the coloring and everything after, but I'm just gonna go ahead, click on the front of it. So I'm going to create an adjustment layer for the cake. Okay, so this is my watermark. I'm sorry guys, I don't know what's going on with me. So I always add 2 watermarks. I add one on the actual image, which let me add the other one. Okay, so the one on the actual image, I just lower the opacity and the fill. This is just to protect my work, so that if people try to like copy it or anything, they won't be able to just screenshot it and print it or anything. And then the second one, is to be recognized by my customers. So I will move it aside, kind of shrink it. This is just if anyone is interested in like who I am or who my business is, and where they could find me. So you want to make that pretty clear. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. That is how I will be listing it now. So if you want to compare, this was the original image that my cousin took, and then this is my listing image. So pretty different. I feel like if I just listed it like this, it's way too busy. There's just so much cute stuff going on. You might not know what exactly the product is, compared to when I zoom it in and really focus the clarity on the image and kind of diffuse the background. It makes it very clear on what is selling here, what it is that I want to show potential customers. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All you have to do now is just file. I'm not on Photoshop. Okay, make sure you have your Photoshop window clicked. Go to File, Export. I like to export as a PNG. This is a cake topper, so I will just title it Piggy Cake Topper Listing. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was helpful. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.